Hey everybody, Carlos here with Coffee with Carlos. It's our new series here that we're going to be interviewing some top producers. Today we have Sarah Bui with
Hi.
Luxre Real Estate. So thank you very much for being here, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I know, how long have you been in the business now?
I've had my license for a total of 4 years, but I was still stuck at my corporate job for the very first year because I was afraid to jump into real estate. So total active in the field about 3 years. So I just renewed it in March.
And 3 years in the business and you're killing it. That's awesome. That's amazing.
I'm doing pretty good and lucky. Yeah,
that's good.
Very lucky.
Well, there's no such thing as luck in the business, right? They say the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yes, so, it's true. It comes with being prepared. Yeah, absolutely. The doors are always open, but you have to be prepared to walk through it. Right. So that's the key.
Awesome. Yeah. So in the industry, like, what is it that you mostly focus on? Are you mostly focusing on listings, on buyers, or?
That's a great question. Starting off, well, I didn't have anyone in my portfolio. Mm-hmm. So they say you always start with the buyers. So at this point, I have a ton of buyers. As you know, the pandemic beginning, it's like you had to find clients. So I focused on the buyers because I had nothing in my background. So now the listings are coming out. So I've one in one commercial listing right now, and I have one in West Hollywood, and we just launched another one in LA for triplex. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So you're getting a lot of experience.
Yeah, I'm trying to say yes to everything that seems reasonable, just really for the sake of learning, even if it is something new.
So do you prefer working with buyers or sellers?
That's a great question. I think I'm super familiar with buyers, so that's like a pretty easy slam dunk. I would like more listings because I think I can sharpen that edge a little more. But I do really thoroughly enjoy listings for sure. Yeah, and I think every agent will say across the board they want listings.
That's true. Yeah, because you have more control.
Yeah.
And especially right now, there's so much low inventory.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of buyers that are out there.
Yeah.
And a little bit about myself. I've been doing this for now 30 years. So,
yeah, I know.
I've seen the ups and downs in the industry. Yeah. I've seen it where it's been a buyer's market. Most agents that have been in the business the last maybe 5-10 years have never seen a buyer's market.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're used to seeing seller's market. So we used to go through these peaks and valleys where the listing agents would get very difficult. And then when the market would crash and there was a buyer's market, all of a sudden they're calling other agents, hey, can you sell my house? The house has been on the market for like 2 months, and no offers.
And where do you think we're headed? Since you've been in here for 30 years?
Yeah,
records, amazing.
I think we're going to go through a recession, and we've been talking about recessions. Everybody denies it on the media, but we see the numbers. It's going to be there. And typically, what happens with recessions is values still go up, interest rates will come down. Okay. Interest rates in the last few months have been very high, as you know.
Yeah.
And that's because of the government trying to fight inflation as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Everything is expensive at the gas, restaurants, everything, right? So we're getting stuck with a lot of this high inflation, and the way that the government's always worked it out.
Yeah.
In the 1970s, 1980s, every time there's been a recession, the government steps in, and what they start doing is they start raising interest rates. Right. Usually the interest rates will drop about a point to 1.5 points.
Right.
So everybody that's purchasing right now, I tell them, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Buy your home.
Yeah.
And then in about a year, interest rates will drop another 1% or 2%, hopefully, and we'll be able to refinance.
Cross fingers, right?
It's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, you're the man with experience. I'm here getting all of these experience in a short crunch of years, but I mean, we follow your lead, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just history. We just follow the experiences that we've gone through few years. Of course, we never expected COVID to hit. So for 2 years,
super crazy.
Yeah,
we actually market.
Yeah, we thought we were going to have a recession during COVID.
Yeah,
and that actually put a hold to everything. So now the recession that we didn't get 2 years ago, now we're going to start.
Now we're going to hit into it. Yep. Do you think it's going to hit harder just because of those extra years of artificial money just pumped into it? Okay.
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope. Hopefully, it's going to take some time. Whatever the government's doing, it just started. Yeah. They're going to raise the Federal Reserve rate another maybe 1% to 1.5% by the end of the year. I think it's going to take some time before it happens.
I think the consolation we all have in this industry is like, no matter what happens, We just want to continue, move forward, learn new things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have to dig a little deeper for the trenches to find what you need to find, that's what you have to do. But there's so many people in need no matter what. In this time of recession, especially since it's coming, there's a lot of fear of the unknown. And I think that's going to be the thing we're going to have to address for a lot of our clients, whether they're buying or selling, right? Same for you, because your refi market
it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. So you guys are just simply purchases
Yes,
right now,
absolutely.
right? Yeah.
That's what I've always focused mostly on purchase business. You know, the refinances are gravy.
Yeah.
And it's usually just past clients that call me that I've been working with for 15, 20 years and still call me. So that's good to have them.
15, 20 years, that'd be where you at.
Yes, absolutely. So that's why you have to have those disciplines of following up with your past clients, sending them, some love, all the time.
Yeah.
Because those are the clients that are going to keep you afloat during the bad times.
For sure. Yeah. In this time, you just don't forget your clients, even if you're wanting to kind of duck under the rock and just want to hear what everybody is saying. Don't listen to the crowd. Run opposite of the direction of where the ship is going.
I think your disciplines that you have, just work hard and don't let anything distract you.
Mm-hmm.
Make your phone calls.
Yeah.
Call your past clients. Call your current clients. Ask for the referrals.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't do that. I'm even bad at doing that.
Yeah.
We talk to a client, they get excited, ready to close escrow.
Yeah.
And we don't ask for the referral.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard, but you have to.
We have to. It's one of those things that we always think like, well, I can't ask. I don't deserve to ask yet. We haven't closed escrow. But what you need to do is make sure that, because they're excited, they're nervous, but at the same time, you need to start asking them, who at work, who at school, who do you work with? What about your family members that are thinking of buying or selling?
Yeah.
Please keep in mind, you have to be top of mind with your clients. Yeah. So I think those during the recessions, I think the ones that always outlast recessions are the ones that are just going back to the fundamentals, going back to basics.
Yeah.
I was just at a seminar last week with Mike Ferry. He was the guest host.
Cool.
And it was a packed house. We have not seen that in years.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people are getting nervous. So, but it's interesting to see that Mike Ferry is great because he's just about the fundamentals.
Of course. Yeah.
So we just got to get back to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the fundamental for me. It's like 3 years ago. And what got me through this was door knocking. And in that first year, I only had 2 escrows. But from the door knocking, I just kept in touch with them. Remember, the pandemic hit. So
couldn't go door knocking.
Couldn't go door knocking. You couldn't even put flyers. You couldn't. It was limited contact.
How did you get through that?
All I just did was, so I was fairly new. So all I knew was just to ask how people were doing. So that was pretty much mostly text.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
If I feel like it was the right moment to call, I would text them first. Most of the time it was texting just to see how everything's going. How was their, did they need anything? If they needed groceries, I would just come and just drop it off.
Wow, that's awesome.
Or just and I'll tell them I'll wear gloves and everything. Just keep it very simple, very human. Because you already know when you're door knocking and they get you have their number, they're interested in real estate already.
That's true.
So you don't have to constantly ask. But I noticed from care, I got my property from the client that I did door knocking with and kept in touch with, who eventually bought and introduced me to her best friend, who sold me an off-market duplex during the pandemic. Yeah. So
like you said, care. I like that.
Care.
You just have to care for them.
And it all comes back. It all returns back. Because just at a human level, we say clients, but it's a bit disconnected in relationship when you say that. But if you treat them like your friend, they would treat you like their friend.
So those are the things that are great for connecting with people. It's not. I'm not there just to ask for the business. I'm just there because I enjoy those things.
Life is very, it's very interesting because at the end of the day, it all comes around in a circle. And if you think about that in a lot of mini circles with real estate, with you for loan industry, right, doing finances and loans, they're coming back. Like you said, you have referrals for 15 years, 30 years. Yeah. But it shows through how much you love what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Because you have to really love it.
Absolutely. Every day I wake up,
you have to.
I want to go to the office.
Yeah.
I want to do what I do. And I think that makes a big difference. It's not a job for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I get paid for it, but I like coming to work. I like the challenges that entails closing a transaction.
Me and my friends, we always talk about, life, job, and everything. For me, I came from a project management background, and I knew it was just 6 years being in there. Even from the day I accepted the job, I knew this wasn't forever. But by the 6th year, man, I was I feel like my breath was expiring. But I was so fearful to jump into real estate. And after breaking through in the first year, I can officially say this is certainly my calling.
That's awesome.
It really is my calling. Like, I really want to be there to help people, even if it's just to answer. Actually, how I started in my first year, when I only did 2 sales, I answered a lot of calls that was from a lead generating service, and a lot of them were Section 8.
Ooh.
They were either Section 8 or they were, what do you call they were on SSI, and some of them were in retirement. So obviously I could see 0 of those became leads, but I was just talking to them. I would be on the phone with them for probably 30, 45 minutes, just listening, hearing them. But you learn a lot about people. You learn a lot about, desires and, just generations having homes, keeping homes, and what you can do to help them to be in a better place in maybe 5 years from now. So it's super, super fun. Revelatory, as you being in there for 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's like,
I feel a little down.
you stuck it through.
I feel a little.
You stuck it through. I'm like 3-year-old baby. That's awesome.
Yeah. And what areas are you servicing right now?
So the furthest north I've gone is Woodland Hills, and the furthest south I've gone is around Lake Forest.
Okay.
So I do all over. I'm open to helping everybody.
And you mentioned you even had some San Jose.
Yeah, because I'm originally from the Bay Area. So hopefully in the coming time soon, we're going to have some more in San Jose.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cross my fingers.
Yes.
Yeah. You service obviously everywhere.
I do. I service anywhere, actually in any part of the country.
Yeah.
I'm licensed in Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado.
Very nice.
And growing. So, yeah.
Okay.
So any clients that are moving out of state that are going into those.
And your license of those. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we can help them out as well.
Awesome. That's good to know.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much. It was awesome interviewing you.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you have, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any clients that are looking at purchasing in those areas, please reach out to Sarah Bui. Her information is going to be on this video, and hope to hear from you guys soon.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. All right. Bye.
Bye.